Wherever we mark our fish is where we try to limit ourselves. We use a lot of line counters. You know, the fish are on the bottom. Obviously, you know where you got to drop it.
How deep do you usually find them?
It all varies on the size of the fish for us. I mean, over the years, you know, some of those, you know, let's go from 130, 140 pounds to the 200-pound fish. Most of the time, we're finding them closer to the bottom, and then it's when we're using our downrigger, or we'll stop and jig on them. I mean, we got to the point where you would mark them, and you know, at a certain point on your chart plotter or your bottom machine when you first mark the fish, knowing how far back your baits are. You know, we got to the point where you just stop the boat and let the ballyhoo sink. And a lot of times on our downrigger, as soon as the downrigger would hit the bottom, you put it in gear, the mark would go off your machine, you put it in gear, and within seconds he's there. But with the jigging with them, 20 feet or 100 feet beneath the surface, and it's doing this, or it's rolling and going sideways, it's not natural, and it will not get big. But if you get that bait where it's swimming and doing what it needs to be doing, that's when you're going to get your bite, because it looks much more natural. That way when you stop the boat, it flutters down, it's swimming down, and then it's fluttering back up. It's not turning on its side and doing all this stuff. It's just a natural looking bait. And sometimes if we use colors on that, a lot of times I like it naked, but when we do our downrigger, we usually put, you know, something like a Hawaiian eye or a bigger headed sea witch or something like that on there. It's a lot more beefier.
Keeps it in the water when you drop it way back too.
Yep.
You know, you don't have to.
Me, it's been mostly about the scallop boats. I mean, I'm in Ocean City in Maryland, and I mean, we had those fish there. You know, I don't even know how long it's been. Let's just call it 8-9 years ago, when those scallop boats were there, and that lasted for us for probably about 4, almost 5 years. And then after the scallop boats, they started scooting up the line where they were coming out here off the Lobster Claw and places like that, which was more in line with, you know, Barnegat and Atlantic City and Cape May. And now this season, they're all the way up here, you know, by Point Pleasant, Manasquan, Brielle, and all that.
And they were working the Chicken Canyon areas and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it seems like the only common denominator between the three in the chain of events is the scallop boats. I mean, you put, I don't know how many are up here, but when it started down there by us, I mean, you're talking in the neighborhood of close to 100 scallop boats. So if you've got 100 boats going around